Namaskar. Welcome to Vision of Asia, Voice of Community. This is the last Sunday of 2020. Sunday is the day of holiday, and in Hindi we say Chutti ka din hai. And this year, which is just going away from us, इसने सबकी छुट्टी कर दी. इस तरह का expression, this kind of expression, because there have been multiple challenges which came our way in 2020, and as we approach 2021, there is another news which is causing concern that has come from UK. We'll talk about that also, but let me begin by sharing highlights of today's Vision of Asia. Once again, happy holidays and greetings on the special festival of Christmas, which we observed slightly differently, yet with full spirit of joy. And the same spirit was brought to our active consciousness by Gita Jayanti, which also was observed on 25th December. So we'll begin with look of White House, which is observing Christmas and holiday season with President Trump for the last time. We'll also have greetings coming all the way from Guntur, Vishwa Mandir, Vishwayogi Vishwamji Maharaj greeting on Christmas as well as Gita Jayanti. In this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, Dr. Parikh shares his insight about the possible concern which we should have from the potential impact of mutant of coronavirus. We will also take you to glimpses of a celebration which involved film star Dharmender and New Jersey Senate. We'll also have an event organized by Ms. Ruma Sen Gupta to mark Festival of Light and with prayers for world peace. And we will conclude with part of conversation with Dr. Rajesh Mohan, who has written very important timely book, Corona Slayers. So all this coming up right after these short messages. Stay with us. Welcome back. You are watching Vision of Asia, Voice of Community on ITV Gold. And this is the last Sunday of 2020, the time when we all start looking at our New Year resolutions. Looking back and learning is important. Looking back and moving ahead is also important. And we move ahead in today's program with these special glimpses from White House, how Christmas decoration enlightens and fills us with a sense of joy. Let's take a look. Celebrating Christmas adds to the spirit of connecting with each other and letting our compassionate feelings take over to serve and to mingle with love. And in addition to Christmas, as I mentioned earlier, this 21st December we also observed Gita Jayanti, the day when Lord Krishna gave the important sermon on the battlefield of Kurukshetra to Arjuna. Vishwayogi Vishwamji Maharaj connected with us via Zoom from his ashram at Guntur to convey his greetings for viewers of ITV Gold on Christmas as well as Gita Jayanti. Here is an excerpt from that conversation.
I also want to remember and to think about Jesus Christ of the Christmas 25th. Christ also Dr. So he proclaimed, my advice to all the followers of Christ, not only followers, all the people on the earth, follow the advice of Jesus Christ. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I like that sentence very much. That is the same thing proclaimed by any prophet or any great persons of different religions. Adi Shankaracharya, Ishvara Sarvabhutana. Love thy neighbor. You have to love your neighbor as you love yourself or herself. His or herself. If that is nature. We love ourselves very much. You love yourself very much. You have to love your neighbor also as you love yourself. Then there is no scope for any envy, jealousy.
That is yoga also.
My advice, my humble appeal to the followers of Jesus Christ or the prophets of the Jesus Christ, the fathers and religious leaders of the Jesus Christ also, to take this sentence to each and every heart: love thy neighbor as thyself. That is the real Christ mantra to reform the society and to make it a abode of love and peace and health. Love thy neighbor as thyself. That is the desire, will of Indian ancient rishis, the spiritual yogis. That is the will and desire of all the prophets of different religions also. So we have to love each and everyone, thinking that our loving God is in themselves also, in everyone, each and everyone. Sarve janas sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And finally, I wish and bless the whole world should be transformed into a very healthy, peaceful condition in a very near future. My appeal to all the leaders of the heads, not only leaders, heads of the countries, biggest countries also, leaders of the religions also, the wealthy people also, the great scientists of the world also, think about how to protect the human race from these viruses, just like coronavirus. What is this pitiable condition? Think about it. Have conferences about it. We are having conferences, summits about this and that. But now a day has come to think about the whole human race. How to put the whole human race in a healthy condition, peaceful condition. Don't neglect. I have been giving you the slogan: awake, arise, and unite for protecting the Mother Earth. That is our first and foremost duty. So you have conference in, I told you before also, you have conference. My desire is do have conference in Washington DC area in America, USA, for bringing the peace and health to the whole world. How to bring? My desire is that no doubt, the whole world will become peaceful, healthy, and prosperous. Sarve janas sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. I wish and bless for grand success, good health, and victory at every step of your life.
And now time to understand more about how the new mutant of coronavirus, about which we have heard from UK, which has resulted into blocking of air travel to UK from India and several other countries, and how, in order to cope up with the fresh challenge, New York is gearing up. We talked to Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh in this week. Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and
Namaskar.
welcome to this special edition of Padma Shri, this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. Welcome, Dr. Sahab. Namaste.
Thank you. Welcome.
While we are happy that now we are almost near the fag end of 2020, but among some of the news items that has come our way, one has come from UK. And many people are concerned about, is it a new kind of virus? What can you tell us about this new development from UK?
Well, I mean, all the viruses does mutate. I mean, we know by experience that even flu virus mutates every year. So it's not unusual to have a mutation in the COVID virus. Only thing we have to find out that whether this mutation makes any whole disease or virus more or infectivity is more serious or not, or much more than degree of the severity is more than that will the time will tell us. But I think it is concerned, and hopefully this all this vaccine usually works for the virus, COVID virus itself, as well as any some mutation. Even if it happens, it will be effective.
So that's a good angle to know about. But what we have heard from Indian news media in particular is that this mutated virus is 70% more effective in spreading. Anything that you can say about that?
Yes, I mean, that's what I heard that news item too, but we do not know yet, because probably not only in the United Kingdom, but its mutation is happening for last couple of weeks. So I'm sure there are some cases in New York or in USA, because there are 6 flights comes every day from United Kingdom to USA, and there are a lot of people come here. So I'm sure, as according to Dr. Fauci, is already this virus might be here, and we don't know yet. And yes, it is. So it supposed to be. I mean, what the report says, that it is more deadlier and more infective than the Corona-19 virus.
So we are moving towards 2021 on that note. But then vaccine is here. That is
the vaccine is here, so I think that will break the whole thing, and obviously the behavior of the people will help.
And while many celebrities are encouraging, and many doctors are also encouraging people to get vaccinated, but we have heard certain news items from Chicago in particular, where some frontline workers showed side effects of the vaccine. And it takes some time in actually making sure that your body has responded positively to it, maybe 3 weeks or something. Anything
it
on
takes,
that?
It takes after second injection another 2 weeks, so total about 5 weeks from the first injection it takes to develop the antibodies and protection. And the reaction, allergic reaction, can happen theoretically. And they say that people who had a vaccine before and had a reaction for any kind of vaccine should be a little more cautious about getting this COVID-19 vaccine, because it can lead to serious reaction. But mild reaction like a high fever, body ache, flu-like symptoms after vaccine is very common, both in Pfizer vaccine as well as in Moderna vaccine.
And as COVID-19 has made a lot of difficulties a part of many people's lives. That includes economic hardships. And once UK's flights are not running for good reasons, that would also result into some additional burden on the part of different segments, and many entrepreneurs would feel that pinch. Um, how do you see people coping up with this new financial burden? And in terms of the new 900 billion COVID stimulus package that is passed, what are the main features that you feel are going to bring some positive impact?
No, definitely, because this pandemic is going on for last 8-9 months now, and it definitely affected a lot of businesses, including small businesses, and therefore this kind of help, financial help from the government, is very essential. And not only that, but in this new bill, there is also help to each and every citizen, and there is an increase in the unemployment benefits too. And all those things definitely will make people's life less painful.
And among some of the critical comments which one has seen in newspapers from people, this package also includes some aid for Pakistan, $25 million for gender studies and to promote democracy. And people feel that this is not the right time, and we are suffering as a nation financially. Why should we consider this? Your comments.
Well, I mean, obviously we don't like it, but that's how democracy works. Whenever any big bill they pass through, always there are some vested interest congressmen and senators. They try to put their pet subject or project into this kind of bill, So that's the part of the democracy we pay the price for.
And talking about the price of democracy, and we have heard many times President Trump and his team mentioning that there was voters fraud, but now finally the transition team started working with Trump administration. And moving forward on 20th January, do you see there is going to be a smooth oath ceremony with next president?
Yeah, I think so. I'm very optimistic that there will be a smooth transition, and President-elect Biden will be next president of the USA, and there should not be any. I don't foresee any problem. But again, you never say never for anything, and always something can pop up unexpectedly, which is out of our control. But I think 99.9% there will be a smooth transition, and next president will be Joe Biden.
So now moving towards a new world with 2021 coming. Uh, in India also, the farmers' agitation continues to block many roads, and in spite of many discussions, there is no specific headway. On that front, based on the recent developments that has taken place, your general thoughts in terms of how government is handling it?
Well, I think again, government is trying their best to educate the farmers, educate the public about the benefits of this new reform bill. But again, looks like there is some wrinkles there, or there is some misunderstanding there, or there is some unexplainable thing. What government is saying, farmers is not believing it. So I think it needs more dialogue, more discussion, and to resolve this problem. And I'm sure it will resolve, but hopefully should resolve sooner than later.
And at this point, many people start considering what would be their New Year resolutions. We will talk a little bit about that, but before that, this year, 25th December, Christmas also happens to be another important festival from Indian culture's point of view, that it is Gita Jayanti. But in general, having been in America for so many decades, what has been your special memory of Christmas, the way you celebrated or observed?
Well, I mean, we always when we were young, we were always Christmas was a very colorful festival. Always we enjoyed it because always we used to get a couple of weeks of vacation that time, and a lot of sweets and a lot of toys and a lot of festivity. And I'm sure this year the Christmas is little subdued, but because of the COVID. But I'm sure it will back to normal Christmas next year.
And now Christmas and Santa Claus are so much intertwined. So if you were in a position to have some secret communication with Santa for a special gift for you, what would that gift be?
Well, I would say that please end this pandemic sooner than later, and that way we all can go back to our normal life and enjoy ourselves.
So probably this is beyond Santa. Santa, he brings the packed gifts, but I think that that's a very wise expectation. And now, do you have any ritual of making some New Year resolutions and sort of follow through them?
Well, I mean, one always should make some new resolution. Whether you can keep it up or not, that's a different story. But and most of the people, as you know, that they always like to be healthy, lose some weight, be nice to other people. But again, I mean, majority of the people cannot stick to that, and resolution doesn't work. So you have to keep repeating your or renewing your resolution, probably not once a year, but every 3 months. Then it will work.
I think that's a very wise suggestion. And as we conclude today's conversation, habit plays an important role in making who we are. And you have some good habits which keeps you happy, healthy, and a sense of harmony stays in life. Talk to us about any conscious effort on your part ever where you felt that this habit I need to cultivate and develop, and maybe you did something which helped you make that a part of you.
Well, I mean, I always believe, or I'll always consciously make sure that I always behave or always respect other people equally. Unless you do that, you cannot be get respected by others, and you cannot be successful. Even if you are owner of the big entrepreneur business or whatever, unless you treat everyone as a equal with the respect, not as a employer employee relation, then probably your business runs without any stress or any strain. And that's what I found in my 50 years of private business, that always respect all, doesn't matter how small in the totem pole is person, always wish and say hello to everyone. You don't have to wait because you are the boss. You should not wait till other person tells you hello. And I think that makes big difference, because the other person, those who is not, who is at the lower entry level or at lower level of the your employment, when you call him and say hello, he feels so good, rather than when he tells you good morning and you answer that, because that's a fact. And if you can cultivate that, without getting your ego or whatever you call it in the middle. I think everybody, you will see that people will love you.
So I love what you said. And being respectful is an important trait. Taking that mantra with us. As we conclude today's conversation, Dr. Parikh, your parting words, including your greetings for holidays and upcoming Christmas for our viewers.
Dear friends, happy holidays, happy Christmas, and happy New Year to everyone. And I would really request each and everyone to get the COVID vaccine. It's very important. Whenever you get a chance to get one, do not hesitate to get the COVID vaccine because of some kind of so-called side effect and all those things. Because it is very imperative to avoid the fatalities by getting the COVID vaccine. So please get the COVID vaccine, continue wearing mask in the public, continue personal hygiene, and keep the distance, and enjoy the New Year. God bless America. God bless India. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
If you remember songs like मैं जट यमला पगला दीवाना इतनी सी बात न जाना कि ओ मैनू प्यार करती है, that song was from the movie Pratigya, and the gentleman was also known as He-Man in his heydays. That Dharminder also entered into politics, and he became member of parliament, and now his son Sunny Deol is member of parliament from BJP. His wife Hema Malini is also member of parliament, and Dharminder connected with New Jersey Senate, which conferred special recognition on him recently. Virtually, yeah. So here are some excerpts from that virtual event involving Dharmendra.
Welcome our honorary and chief guest Dharmendra ji on this special occasion. Dharmendra ji, welcome to this very special, first of its kind, first time that an American legislature is conferring this award to an Indian actor.
Good morning, America. Love you all. Those who are watching me, listening me right now. Balaji, your knowledge is so vast about the film industry, about the whole world. I think I'm a KG student.
I'm pleased to present to you the Senator of the state of New Jersey, the Honorable Michael Doherty.
Okay, well, thank you, and happy 85th birthday, Dharmendra ji. It's quite an honor to participate, and my good friend Verinder, the publisher of the Bollywood Insider, asked me to work with my colleagues in the New Jersey legislature to obtain a joint resolution to recognize all of your great achievements. And I'm happy to report that you have unanimous support from all 40 senators and all 80 members of the General Assembly to recognize your tremendous accomplishments over the years. And yeah, I did look at some of your movies with my wife. We were quite impressed. I know that you've achieved Lifetime Achievement Awards, recognized as a great actor, nominated, I believe, 4 times as Best Actor. I was really intrigued to learn that you're going to be working on a project with your 3 generations of your family, 2 of your sons and your grandson. And who wouldn't want to be recognized as one of the most handsome men in the world, as you were? So we're all very envious. So happy birthday! And it's my great honor to present to you a joint resolution from the New Jersey State Senate and the General Assembly.
Dear Michael, extremely happy to see you right now, and very happy that Mother America has given place to Indian like their own children. They're enjoying. So to me, I can say it's Mother America is also our mother.
Yes. So on behalf of the Senate and the General Assembly, we'd like to present this joint legislative resolution to Dharmendra Ji. And it states, whereas the New Jersey legislature is pleased to salute Dharam Singh Deol, a highly esteemed member of the Bollywood fraternity, upon the felicitous occasion of his 85th birthday, being organized by Bollywood Insider, a premier publication of Hindi cinema in the United States.
For blessing me or honoring me with this lovely degree, whatever the lifetime achievement, whatever you're giving me, I'm grateful to you all. Thank you so much, and it is very encouraging, and I still keep going with this kind of love and respect from you all. And I pray for you all to be always together, live to the democracy in USA and our mother India. So it's the biggest democracy here, same there. So we are brothers also in that respect also.
A very happy 85th birthday to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Our warmest wishes to you from the consulate family and on behalf of the government of India from here in New York.
Thank you
You
so much.
has been a source of inspiration, source of energy, source of entertainment for generations of Indians. And I can attest to this, Senator Doherty, even though I don't belong to his generation, but in my generation and even in my daughter's generation, who are just 16 and 18, people still remember him. People still have the highest of regard for his caliber, for his professionalism, and all that he has done for Bollywood, for India, and to make our lives happy and joyful.
Is my strength. It makes me more strong. I promise myself to give more love and affection to you through my films, through my personal life, through any way. I love humanity, so I believe in humanity. I want to serve humanity in many ways, by acting, by doing so many things. आपको whatever the way you like me, लोग कहते हैं कि मैं प्रेरणा हूँ लोगों के लिए, and मुझे खुशी होती है कि लोग मुझे देख के कुछ अच्छा लगता है उनको, तो मैं I keep telling them about myself, so that सबको एक energy मिलनी चाहिए. We get from each other only. Nobody can give us. We receive and give from each other.
I would take this opportunity to say that I'm very proud that my friend Virender, he is a publisher of the only premier Bollywood magazine in the USA and North America, and really he is doing a great service to connect the younger generation to India. And my heads off to the Virender Balla, Mrs. Balla, and the whole team.
Well, just to say that it has been a sheer delight for me and for all those who would be joining us in this ceremony subsequent to today's function to be part of this honor. It is an honor on our very dear Dharmender Saab, a great son of India, a great icon of India. You know, at the age of 85, I can tell you, he talked about drawing energy from one another. I'm drawing energy from him. So that is what he represents. And he is a timeless hero for us. You know, not just Balla Saab, your generation, my generation, and even my daughters.
Well, my dear friends, I'm extremely happy with this honor. And I'm thankful, grateful to you all. You know, this kind of togetherness or this kind of meeting each other like that is first time for me. For me, this is all new. But still, you made it, Balaji. And I am seeing all the big personalities, great people. So I'm also very happy to see them. I think today we should promise to serve humanity as the best way we can do. Let's serve the humanity. I love you all. I can't speak much in few words. I have told you what my real feeling is.
We all need light, light of hope, light of love, and light helps us in moving ahead. The spirit to overcome darkness with light is signified in an important Hindu festival, Deepavali, which is literally translated as a row of lights. Mrs. Uma Sen Gupta connected with community leaders, with political representatives to host a virtual Deepavali festival on 13th December. Our chairman, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh also participated in this. Here are some excerpts from this special Diwali celebration.
Hello, my name is Ujjwala, and it's a great honor and a great pleasure for me to welcome you on behalf of Celebrations. Celebrations, as we know, celebrates the Festival of Light every year. Unfortunately, this year, we're not able to celebrate in person. However, we are here celebrating on Zoom. So I'm really happy, thankful that all of you have joined together today to celebrate the Festival of Lights. I want to share two stories of Diwali. It's very, very well known, but it's worth sharing because it brings out the spirit of Diwali. One story is about when Bhagwan Shri Lord Ram came back to his kingdom Ayodhya after being in exile for 14 years with his wife Mata Sita and his brother Lakshman. When he returned, the entire city, after hearing that he was victorious in slaying the evil demon Ravan, who had kidnapped his wife and caused havoc all around, his victory and his return to his kingdom was the most joyous, exuberant celebration for the people of Ayodhya. They were waiting desperately for him to return. So what did they do while they waited? They decorated the entire kingdom beautifully with colors, and they took earthen lamps and put the lights all over the kingdom so that Shri Ram, Ma Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman, and their entourage could see that they were welcoming them back home. Similarly, we welcome you to this Diwali celebration.
Almost a month back, we celebrated Diwali with a lot of fun and fanfare with our friends and families here in the US, in India, and across the world. Diwali was an occasion for us to celebrate our togetherness and our oneness. In continuation of the festivity, I am delighted that Madam Uma Sen Gupta is bringing this beautiful cultural gala, a cultural festival to all of us, to yet again celebrate the colors of Diwali. I hope you all will enjoy this show and will have a good time. Thank you very much.
आई दिवाली आई दिल भर के खुशियाँ मनाओ झूम झूम के नाच गाओ आई दिवाली आई दिल भर के खुशियाँ मनाओ झूम झूम के नाच गाओ आई दिवाली आई.
Diwali is a reminder that light is a beautiful force that will always prevail over darkness and evil. This year, in some moments, we've seen more darkness than light. And yet, in this pandemic, New Yorkers have embodied the very spirit of Diwali. Goodness and light have triumphed over darkness and uncertainty many times. We have seen that light, like the essential workers who carried on with their jobs every single day, despite the risks to themselves. New Yorkers wearing masks and socially distancing from loved ones. Every single person acting out of selflessness to ensure the safety while protecting one another.
This particular year has been very challenging with the pandemic of COVID-19. However, as we celebrate Diwali, this festival of light, celebrating light over darkness, good over evil, intelligence over ignorance, we can all contemplate and realize that the worst is behind us and the best is ahead of us.
যদি কেউ কথা না কয় ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা কেউ কথা না কয় যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফেরায় সবাই করে ভয় যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফেরায় সবাই করে ভয় তবে পরাণ খুলে ও তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে ও তুই মুখ ফুটে তোর মনের কথা একলা বলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে
Diwali is a special time for friends and family. It is a time of celebration and auspicious reflection for all. Let us give thanks and rejoice on this blessed occasion and celebrate by spreading joy and continuing to light up the world of others. Just like the colors of the Rangoli, let each diya you light illuminate your life and fill it with happiness and contentment. May the divine light of Diwali bring you good health, and may you have a wonderful year filled with good health, peace, prosperity, and happiness. May God fulfill all of your wishes. Happy Diwali.
During the peak of COVID-19 in New York, our first responders were experiencing a shortage of personal protective equipment, and we want to do our part during these times.
For weeks, my brother and I worked day and night to modify and optimize the printing of face shields using our 3D printer. We were fortunate that the first responders accepted all the face shields that were made, and it meant the world to see a smile on their faces. Before we transition to the next item, let us pause for a moment of silence for those who have lost lives during this pandemic and offer prayers for recovery to those who are suffering.
Dear friends, on behalf of Parikh Worldwide Media and ITV Gold, I am Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Would like to wish you happy and prosperous Deepavali to you all and your family. This is a very auspicious days in our life, so we should be very united. The world should be very in harmony, and we should help each other, particularly those who are less privileged than us. So again, wish you all the best, wish you happy holidays and happy Diwali. Thank you. God bless you. I love you all.
Namaste and happy Diwali to all of my friends. This most important celebration every year, we celebrate the triumph of light over darkness, of good over evil. I wish all of my friends a happy, healthy New Year, a happy Diwali, and great success and goodness for you and your families for the year ahead. Happy Diwali.
Dr. Rajesh Mohan is not just an accomplished physician. He has taught, he has served, and he has been on the forefront of fight against corona. Based on his observations, direct experience and understanding, he has written a book, Corona Slayers, which actually is COVID Slayers, and how COVID Slayers unfolds certain ideas which might be of great help in moving forward safely. We talked to Dr. Rajesh Mohan about his book. Here are some excerpts from that conversation.
Everybody, including nurses, doctors, the common man, whoever has read this chapter, they've actually come and some of them have actually cried while reading this chapter. And they've come and told me that very openly. I believe, number one, the visitor policy did not come from any health recommendation. It did not come from doctors or nurses. It was more of a policy maker folks who actually tried to do this. And there were two main reasons why they gave for implementing this policy. One was the lack of PPE and N95 masks for the visitors. And two, they had to spend money to actually, if they needed to escort the visitor to the patient's room and then back. At this late stage in the game, 9 to 10 months into the pandemic, there is no reason for not having PPE or enough N95 masks. A visitor can actually come, they can have full PPE, they can be escorted to the patient's room, spend about 20-30 minutes once a day, come out of the room, take off the PPE, and go home. They're not going to spread infection if they do that in a proper manner. And even if it's a very, very low risk, I know there's nothing is 100%, but the risk is negligible if we do it in the proper manner. There have been enough studies out there which have been done over a period of time where it has shown that if the family members have close contact and physical contacts in the room, at least on a frequent basis with the patient, the recovery and the well-being of the patient happens faster. There's no doubt about that. That's already proven in medical science. So this, I would call it kind of an incarceration of a patient, who's put in a room for 7, 10, 12, 14
Absolutely.
days.
Yeah.
And it just does not make any sense what has been going on. So,
Dr. Rajesh, I think when we have someone like you who is so knowledgeable and is willing to share, it doesn't sound right to interrupt you, but looking again at the time, the concluding part of our conversation, I want to be focused on the second last chapter of your book, which is Let Us Fix It. It's about time. So how to fix it?
So I was talking earlier about ventilators. Now everybody's talking about vaccines. And we know that by the time, and the Surgeon General, the new Surgeon General elect who's coming in, he has said that by the time everybody is going to get vaccinated, it's going to be probably summer, which is about 6-7 months from now. If we do not do the right things, there could be another 200,000 people who could die in the next 6 months, just like they died in the previous 9-10 months. It does not have to be that way. So there are things. Number one, politicians and administrators, they should stop talking about extremes. We do not require a lockdown, and we do not require open pool parties either. There's a common sense way of chewing gum and walking at the same time, like the saying goes. You could go to a restaurant with your mask, wash your hands, keep about 6 feet distance. You can go to public places as long as you follow these 3 main criteria for safety as far as an infectious disease is concerned, especially like COVID-19, and you should be fine. You don't have to be sitting at home, locked down in your home, and the virus is still going to be out there. So you have to do common sense, smart things, which are laid out in the book. And for healthcare professionals, there has to be PPE. There has to be enough COVID-19 tests with appropriate COVID-19 tests. Right now, everybody randomly, if I want to go and get a test, I can go to an energy center, get a test today. I can get another one 3 days later. It's not serving any purpose. It has to be in a strategic manner to actually do those tests so that, number one, we are not wasting those tests. And number two, if we are doing those tests, we do it in a coordinated manner, which is making a difference in our fight against the virus. So that is what I would suggest. Common sense things. Try to build up your immunity. Follow those 3 things that I mentioned: masking, washing your hands, and safe distance of at least 6 feet. And for the policy perspective, I think they have to do the COVID-19 tests, the PPE, in a more strategic, coordinated manner, and not just hope and pray. Vaccines are fantastic. I'm a big believer in vaccines. But by the time everybody gets, it's going to be about close to 5 to 6 months. We cannot just sit and wait for things to happen. We need to take proactive action, prevent all these deaths. We do not want another 200, 300,000 people dead in the next 6 months.
And now time to say goodbye from today's Vision of Asia, a voice of the community on ITV Gold. This Sunday, the last Sunday of 2020, fills us with a sense of reflecting on all that has happened this last 12 months. But the spirit of human beings is invincible in the face of challenges. There are more committed souls coming forward to help humanity. We need to hold each other's hand. We need to be careful in how we conduct ourselves for the safety of each other, for the safety of environment, for the safety of planet Earth. And staying connected is important, so let me take this opportunity of reminding you to be friends with ITV Gold's Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and keep writing to us. events@itvgold.com is the email. Once again, stay safe, stay well, happy holidays, happy new year. This is Ashok Vyas.